I think you can hear me. Hopefully you can. Yeah, because like what? Why you didn't want to show me? Okay, let me check. Okay, you can hear me. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We're gonna do a quick one with these new decks. Yeah, we're gonna do this real quick. All right. Do apologize. The boys are in the building now. So hopefully we'll try to them out. And they're about to be on the game too. It's about to get, yeah, we're gonna make this really quick. It's about to get real. Y'all play Fortnite? Because that's what they like to play. Let's see. My name is Deasia, and we are on the Dreams, Desires, Ascensions, the DEA tribe. I do apologize for the delay. How are you feeling today? We're gonna make this real quick because the boys just stepped in the room. Hello, hello. They're about to play Fortnite. It's about to get real. It's about to get real up in here. So we'll wrap this up. Thank you for being a good human. Maybe someone wants to tell you this, or just it could be just you naturally. Speaking of that, it was an event today with some customers. I'm doing fine. How are you? But I had an event with a customer and they didn't have their, have the full payment. And someone behind them just randomly paid for it. So it could be on that sense, just thinking, you're a good, genuine person. Like sometimes you don't ask for nothing back. You genuinely do it because you feel like that's what I want to do. Hello, hello. My name is Deasia. This is a growing channel. So if you like the vibes, like, share, and subscribe. And that's what they say. I be doing my own thing sometimes. But no, if you like the energy, like, thank you, thank you. I be trying to stay with my vitamins, my hair vitamins. That's the key. That's the key. That is key. Say yes to new adventures. So maybe someone wants to travel or go out with you, and maybe this person wants to do this in a genuine way. Okay. That's fine. Okay. It says, I can and I will. Maybe this is you, book that trip. If that's what you've been thinking about, you've been wanting to take a trip, you want to take new adventures, you probably are, trying to figure out, trying to put some time into it, as far as in putting a little bit of money to the side and stuff just to get this trip booked. Maybe you just need, you probably do need to take a vacation, venture off, or do something different. If you don't like airplanes, some people don't like to fly and stuff. So do something as far as in a road trip somewhere. Look up something. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like you should look up some events. It's probably better to go in a group if you can. Maybe someone was like, are you going to do it? And it's like, I can and I will do it. Maybe you're motivating yourself, trying to tell yourself, perk yourself up. Like, I can do this. I can do this. I can book this trip. Maybe this is your first time booking a trip. It's like, I can do this. I'm willing to do this. Maybe you're getting into this good energy. Hello. Getting into this good energy of just more of it's general at this current time. Somebody wants to be very generous with you. Someone wants to probably go out of town, book a trip. It's a general situation. It's no one directly to anyone. You could need to take a road trip. But my name is Deasia. Let me introduce myself. My name is Deasia. You're on the DDA tribe. This is a growing channel. So please subscribe if you like the vibes here, truthfully. Yes, this could be anyone. So it says focus on the good things. And then it could be you could be looking at pictures, looking back in old memories, or how you have those pictures that comes up and it says so how you get those pictures and it says like 8 years ago or 4 years ago. It could be something in the lines of that. Okay, and you like, that was the good life. You don't keep old pictures. Most of the time they keep them in like the little photo in your little cloud, like old pictures. Or someone's reminiscing and probably someone gonna hit you up with a picture. They probably got an old picture of you. They probably got an old picture of you. It says dare to dream big. And this is confirming off of the say yes to new travels or new adventures. Why your sister threw him away? Dang. Y'all had an argument? She was trying to be funny. So she was trying to be funny. Well, I mean, are you a picture person now? Maybe it's time for you to just start a new thing for yourself. Take pictures for yourself. Or maybe you're good at taking pictures or a photographer. Maybe someone's a photographer as far as in landscaping. Okay. So it's time for us to dream big, have bigger goals for ourselves, or having big goals and new adventures for ourselves, okay? It says, don't count the days, but make the days count for yourself. And it says, I can and I will. So you in this, like I was stating before, in my past reading, like we almost there. We're almost to the end of the week. You could be doing a countdown on your vacation. You could be going out somewhere and stuff, and you just counting down very patiently. Okay. Now, if you are going out, but going back to pictures, maybe we haven't been taking a lot of pictures of ourselves. Maybe we're not a person who takes a lot of pictures. But guess what? It's someone in your past or in future that would love to see a picture of you. That will love to, see what you look like, in past energy. So maybe you're a person that doesn't take a lot of pictures, and let's open up to taking some pictures. You don't gotta smile in them, but you could take a lot of pictures. Yes, and that's what I was saying, like, because I was feeling like, someone doesn't really like taking pictures, but I can get that because I trust me, I have family, they're big on don't take no picture of me. But at the same time, guess what? The future, your future family members or anyone from the future, your friends, they would love to have a picture of you, or they would love to have a keepsake. Just maybe this is someone that wants to do this. just genuine. Maybe someone just randomly be taking pictures and you probably that person don't take pictures of me. And the reason why they take pictures is because they love to keep. They love taking pictures and keeping them and storing them. This could be like a good friend as well. Let's see. Never give up. Never give up. It's a song like that, something like that. But it's like an old 90s TV show. Understood. Sorry you feel that way. Oh shoot. No, these are motivational decks. Just regular motivational decks. Okay. Explore the world. So, and it's going right under say yes to new adventures. So, if someone wants to book a trip with you, they want to go out. Maybe this their first time taking an airplane trip, and they want to do it with you. They want you to join with them. Maybe you're a little nervous about taking this trip. Like you probably counting down this trip, or this person is going to reach out to you and they really want to take a trip and they already kind of mapped out everything. They feel as though you can, they're probably going to break it down like a pocket watcher energy. Let's see. Or you're seeing some information, or you're just going through your phone and you're looking at different things of the world, like other things that's going on around the world. I have not opened up personal readings yet. When I start growing up on the channel, then I was thinking about that. I actually like personal readings more than channel. I have a little bit more fun with it, but I am trying to grow. Leave it right there. But I am trying to grow the channel. Give me 1 second. Okay. Dreams, plans, and do's. So, like I said, someone wants to book a trip, they already have it planned. They've been dreaming about it, and they just want you to say yes. Because it says, say yes to new adventures. Like, they just want you to say yes. They're probably like, well, I never did this. It's okay. I plan it. Like, it's that type. They just really want you to. It says, winners never quit and quitters never win. Okay. So crown yourself for not giving up. Crown yourself for not letting other people be very heavy in your energy and be in your downfall. Because there's a lot of people that can be in your energy and they want to kill that flowers that's inside of you. Like basically, you have this natural energy. I see 111. So you have this natural energy that just uplifts everybody. You think so? I still trying to get people to view this shit. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, honestly, I get it's like whenever I get drawn to people, you know, but you're right. I should. Cause I'd be like, how they be doing this? Cause honestly, I've been in and out of the mood of trying to be big and bold because I've been doing it for a minute, right? But I only do it personally. So it's people, my family that knows about it, friends, people that I meet. So thank you, Dawn, for that shout out for doing the reading. So I'm most definitely gonna move into that. I would say, because I have to put in the schedule. I'm about to change up on some things in my personal life, so I'll be able to. Yeah, I know, but hey, like I said, it's a growing channel. And you talk about some personal readings. I'm like, I'm trying to get these motherfuckers to look at me. But anyway, don't stop believing. And that's truly how it's feeling. So proud of you. So maybe like I was saying before, Crown yourself for not quitting. Crown yourself for not giving up on energies and giving people have like I said, it having this I can, I will, or what's the time to chain? Time the train. I think I can. I think I can. You're just pushing yourself. Just pushing yourself to new adventures, pushing yourself to new goals. You could be having a different um job or a different living situation, different friendships. Because that's all changes too. Meeting people. Life is tough, but so are you. I like that. I like that. Life is tough. Like I said, these are new decks. So life is tough, and so are you. And that's probably going with this I can and I will. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, and it says diamonds are made under pressure. So you feeling like everything is just like overwhelming, building up. You could be this person that is, seem like hard. You probably have this energy, a little snappy, but you're very tender inside, because they say a cactus actually is filled with a lot of fluid. So it looks dry on the outside, but it actually has a lot of water inside. Thank you. Thank you. Motivation. Because promise you. Thank you. Thank you. But that's why I'm feeling like, even though life is hard. Let me tell you, adult life is ghetto as hell. Being an adult is ghetto. And I like to really think about, we actually wake up and it's like a same old, same old. Like, dang, at least when we were a kid, we had a little things happen as a kid. Maybe as a kid, we had new adventures, one of our friends done fell off the monkey bars yesterday, so it's like new adventures. Now it's just like same old, same old. We probably arguing with people that we don't need to be arguing with. No, life is ghetto. Like, being an adult, um going through things when, as a child, we were so quick to, or our younger age, we were so quick to, want to do things, and we're like, oh, I can't wait to go do that, this, and not knowing that as a kid, we had better adventures there, like as a kid, we'll take a bike ride and who knows what we would have seen, long as we back doing the street lights, and stuff like that. But now, an adult, we be tired. We got to think about cooking every day or what we going to eat every day. And then it's just like, if you do go out to eat, you like, dang, it's just all that for that. It's just that energy. You're not really thinking about it. Like, yeah. And then you just go back and be like, what happened to that? It's just like a flashback real quick. And maybe this is why you're in this like new adventure. Like, I want to bring back my youth. I want to bring back my inner child. So maybe go out for a trip and do things that, you didn't do, like you thought about doing as a kid. Prime example for me, I was not able to go to Disney World. Now, I don't want to go to Disney World now. It was really big. I mean, it's still big. I'm not saying it's not, but that was like a big hype. Or like the Six Flags, that was like something like a big hype, right? And maybe these are things that we want to do, right? Or we're needing to do some new adventures. But I'm going back to adult life. Adult life is ghetto as hell. Hello, hello. How are you? But my name is Deasia, and we are on the DDA tribe. This is a new channel. We are growing and flowing. So if you like the vibes, subscribe. But no, we were just talking about how adult life is ghetto. Like as a kid, we had a little bit more adventures. We had a moment we can ask a whole bunch of questions and things. We got our adults being, angry sometimes because we ask too many questions and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. And it says, thank you for being you. So like I stated before, life is tough. All right. Things gonna we're in adult life. Welcome to it. It's ghetto. Okay. We paying bills left and right. By the time we see the paycheck, we hype, and then we breaking it down. We gotta balance paychecks. It's things that our parents did not talk to us about. And now I understand why our parents were so upset with us when we asked for certain things. And your parents be like, you always ask for stuff. I get that now. I understand it now. I get it. I get it. Cause sometimes I want to do some big things, you know. Maybe someone needs to do a photo shoot, um, or someone is seeing a very nice view, like a very nice view. You're gonna take a picture of it as well. It says, thank you, setting a good example. So someone looks up to you, or you're this person that is, because life, like I said, life did do a toll on you. You don't look like what you've been through. You're probably this person is watching you. They love how you travel. Maybe you're this person that travels abroad as well, or you were very young when you travel abroad, and this is something that this person is really looking up to you, because it's saying example. So that means all eyes on you, you know, and you just being yourself, being a winner. You're not quitting. You're not giving up. You're not, you're not downplaying everything. You're taking your time, day by day. You probably taking risks, even with your dreams as well. And it says you are the best. So you exceeding high levels for yourself. Let's see. And we got the owls. This is more, I think these are like yes and no questions. Yeah. And then it'd be so late, right? And you're right. It get warm and I get loose. And then I'll look at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's 40 minutes. That's sad. Isn't it sad? I'm slowly getting there. But this is a deck that I'm using. These are new decks. So we're trying them out. They're so small. I don't know if it's because I got them from Temu or what. I do have other decks, but I just wanted to try something different. I have other decks that don't cost like Temu. No need to worry. Don't worry. Be happy. This looks like a little like a, maybe you have like a small pet. What is it, like a hamster? Mm-hmm. Someone could wear 3 rings on their hands as well. Big dog, the big dog. And it says yes. So because I was thinking about what is the dreams that you're moving forward to. Are they gonna, because I'm seeing this card, here you go. It says dare to dream big. So your dreams will come true, because that was the question I was asking. That's probably why I'm saying, don't worry, be happy. Or something's gonna be like three sources of income, like 3 rings of income as well. Maybe this is something that you're moving forward to. Alrighty. Okay, it says let go. So maybe we're needing to release being worried so heavily, because it's going under don't count the days, make the days count. So you could be this person checking your email constantly, or you're timing things. You probably put something out in the universe and you're hoping that, you're like, okay, I'm giving this to the universe, I'm giving this to God, and I'm letting this be in your hands, and you're trying to move forward and try to elevate, but you're still like rushing. That's what I'm feeling. And it's saying just let go, you know, let go of your emotions as well. Or maybe your emotions is transforming. Like new beginnings. You could have been this person that was a caterpillar, or very slow with expressing yourself, and then when people get to know you, or when they start getting in your comfort like the cocoon wise, then you start blossoming like a butterfly and start showing like your true colors. Because a caterpillar look kind of, some people kill it. Some, I don't know. As a kid, I used to play with the caterpillar. I used to pick it up and, I don't know, but I wasn't I had some friends that used to kill the caterpillar, or you used to get the stick, so maybe someone is trying to try to do a hand, not, I won't say handout, because sometimes that could be a little triggering, or maybe someone's just trying to offer, assistance to you. Okay. And then listen to your intuition. So listen to yourself. You are very wise. Don't second guess yourself. Okay. Don't second guess yourself, especially if maybe you need to sleep over it, when maybe someone's going to ask you a question and you need to sleep over it before you make a decision. Let's see, my last new deck, and we have, I'll show you, is your feelings are let's see, this is talking about the feelings. So for one, we need to listen to our personal feelings as well. Okay. We never stir ourselves wrong. I promise you. Especially if it's keep bounding, like hounding yourself. Alrighty. And here we go. Intuition. Third eye. That came out again. So that's intuition 2 times. Intuition. And then they got the star in the hand. So once you give it up to the universe and you let it be let it be magical. Okay. Everything. Never give up on the situation. And then we got courage. So have courage, have faith. Maybe you're this person that you're this person that has a lot of looks to yourself, because a tiger doesn't always look like an orange with black stripes. Tigers can be very versatile. And then actually a tiger is very territorial as well. So protecting your mind. Maybe someone's trying to get into your mind, get into your feelings. Okay. And then we got gratitude. So giving thanks. Like I stated in this part right here, crown yourself because you didn't quit. Crown yourself that you didn't give up. Personally, I don't recommend praying with your hands closed. And I just want to let you know, I don't know why. Maybe this is something that someone needs, because I'm seeing the eyes. So you see how the hands, maybe you do pray with your hands closed. I don't recommend that, me personally. Because if you're wanting to receive, I will recommend your hands being open. Some people, you see people do different prayers, but I'm I'm feeling the energy of, you're asking for prayer, you're asking for strength, you're asking for encouragement, and you're asking for wisdom. And maybe the reason why is because basically, instead of praying closed, you know how some people pray with their hands, pray with your hands open, like open to receive, like giving. And also, I know this is just personally when I go through my prayer and stuff. When I open my hands and pray, and especially praying up, close my eyes, most of the time I go outside, especially if I'm really trying to be in tune with, Christ. I'll go outside and let the sun beam right up on that forehead and pray. And first I feel a little bit more of a draw to that situation. Like I feel relief. I feel like I am giving my love, my problems, my happiness, because God just doesn't want. You said who? God. I pray to God. You know, I mean, God has many names, honestly, and we all use it. I try my best to stay away because honestly, it's one creator. It is God. That's just hands down. Now we all have different names, but we all have one source. and it's only one source, and it's even stated in the Bible. Like, yeah, he said, yeah, it's a lot of people that's gonna say this and that, but it's only one source. Some people call him Jehovah, some people call him God, some people call him, and then some people don't even call it with a him. It's personally, it's your inner, like what's gonna get you driven to wake up in the morning. If it's a female, do you feel as though you want to, I mean, because it's a very sensitive topic with that situation. I'm gonna be really honest, but God, okay, universe, now I feel like they're not all. Now I feel like we all give names, but it's only one source. This is just me personally. That's no different. Like, my name is Deasia, but guess what? My boys call me mommy. My mom calls me daughter. My grandmother calls me granddaughter, but it's still Deasia, you know? So that's how I look at it. I know it, like I said, it's something very sensitive, but really, at the end of the day, let something pop off. They gonna say, God help me. Like, at the end of the day, no matter what the religion is, it's quick. I heard it before. You will see someone go into, they wrapped in everything, okay? And they're all with it. But something pop off, they're the first thing, God help me. Okay, well, I thought it was, mm, as far as in guys disagree with each other, or as far as in people feeling that way. Oh, okay. So here you go. So wish fulfillment. And guess what? That goes right under the hands. So like I was saying before, start praying with your hands open, and receiving it in. You'll feel the change come in. The teaching. Okay. So that okay. Now that right there, I feel as though that taps in a little bit more into our religion base as well. Okay. So here we go. I came out of a 7-day Adventist bloodline of family. Like, my family came out of 7-day Adventist. Now, 7-day Adventist, we're a little bit more strict. But baby, let me tell you, I'm cast out already in the 7-day Adventist line. Okay. Now, um, because but then when I read on, like, yes, SDA. So once I read on 7-day Adventist, right? They and then Jehovah Witness came out of 7-day Adventist because they disagreed with certain things. So to piggyback with that, it's just more like, I feel like people just like how we read a Bible and we interpret it differently. You know how sometimes you read a Bible and, pastor all in it, or however, we call it. I grew up with calling it a pastor and stuff, or, your minister, they all into it, right? And but you're reading it, he was like, how did you get that? Until they start talking, and then they go more into like the storyline, and you're like, oh, okay, that was uplifting, but the scripture didn't have nothing to do with it. So I personally feel as though we branched out into having different lines of gods and names based on our personal, well, not just our personal, because it came with a group of people first to make this movement happen with our different lines of, but thinking about that, okay, I was reading of King Solomon. I don't know if you know about King Solomon. So, and King Solomon was really the main king that was going to bring us back to having one God, like one source, right? Now, King Solomon, because everybody knows King Solomon of having like multiple wives, but when I was reading going on and stuff like that, the multiple wives came from no different than the kings needed allies, so they married. So the reason why, because he had multiple wives, guess what? Multiple wives, they had different gods, or they believed in different religions. And that's how they came about. But King Saul, and they said that was one rule. That was the first rule, personally. The first rule that he broke with God was when he ended up building other temples for the gods for his wives. Then the second rule they said he broke was having multiple wives, because I think his wife was, I can't think of it's a wife. God chose his wife for him before he even became king, I believe. I believe so. Yes, he had idols and stuff, but at the beginning, before he before he even had multiple wives, they said the idols came because of the wives. Because, for example, like you were speaking of Buddhism, Buddhism has a particular image. At first, King Solomon only had one small altar, and that's the altar that they carried around with, which was the Ark of David. Is it Ark of David? I'm trying to catch it. I'm gonna be trying to catch him. But so they said it was just that. But because King Solomon ended up opening up the lines of trying to keep his peace in his tribe, and he had to marry different wives, and then of course them wives moved into his kingdom. They end up having disagreements about the God that he was serving, which is the one true God that basically continued to make Solomon be the ruler of all. But because of all the lines that he broke other rules, but those was the main ones. And then on top of that, they stated that the idols that he brought, he built them bigger for his wives, to please his wives. But he lost fact of the faith, the trust, the heart, because he no longer is giving his heart to God. He's giving his heart to his wives. And that was kind of touchy, right? Because when you're in relationships, they say you're supposed to be as one. But at the same time, they already said that he broke his rules. He broke God's rules with having multiple wives. Because the reason, if the more people that you have in your presence, you are going to switch up. Things are going to start happening. They did say that some Buddhism, like basically all the lines of religion that we're in now, started with um King Solomon's kingdom. So the religions that we now have created, the religions that are set now, is because of King Solomon and the different cultures. I won't even I can't even blame the wives, because technically, I mean, it's up to them. But yeah, but they're saying because of the wives. So his wives that he can't, like the wives that he married, they probably was different religions, and that's how they end up getting brought into the kingdom of Solomon. But at first it was just straight God. you know they said that the presence of God was a cloud, and it was like different things. I'm trying to remember, but not too much details. But like they were going in a lot into that. So based on my little research, okay, this is me, okay, based on my really research and how they explained it, no. The reason why is because most religions do have a idol, or they have someone they look up to other than. I'm not feeling that. I feel like we all get knowledge. I'm just feeling knowledge. I'm not trying. I don't feel that. I don't feel that. Um, but yeah, based on the answer to the question, is God the same? Based on how I was reading and how God was not happy with the fact that he allowed other quote unquote gods, because it did say that. He said that he allowed other gods So even God even spoke of them as gods. So, but I believe it's only one truth. Like it's one main one. Like, you got the top of the pyramid and then the rest of it. I believe it's like that. So personally, it's more like every religion it leads you up to that one main source. Okay, every religion leads you up to that one main source. For example, certain religions help you move a little bit more on self, reflecting on yourself. Other religions help you, reflect on. I, honestly, because I started thinking about on a Christian level, but the Christians just feel like they took over God, and they really didn't. Like, God is just not for Christians. God is for everyone. Can you hear me now? I think the thing went dead on me. Okay, we just gonna talk to the phone. I think it went dead on me. But the Quran, I read a little bit of it, and some of the Quran just filled in some spots of as far as in misunderstanding in the Bible, like those missing stories. Because the Bible, I feel like it just be like an ending end on each storyline. Like, well, what happened to Adam and Eve after they, after they left, like in details, and that's when you start have to read into like the book of Enoch and um what's it's another book. It's I have the other one, it's over there. But yeah, it's I feel like I wish that we didn't go so diverse and religious based, because majority of it's religious based, and so this level of, because I see what you said, lead me to Jesus. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Personally, you love it. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I think I love the Book of Enoch only because it filled in a lot of black, like dark spots in the Bible that we didn't know nothing about. You know, it didn't tell us nothing. It didn't tell. I'm talking about the Bible. It didn't tell us much. It just stops. You know, I love how it started talking about, especially with Adam and Eve. I personally feel like Adam and Eve is a strong storyline, as far as in just on their spiritual base, because they battled with their intuition as figuring out, once they ate the apple, they didn't know what was real and what was not. Yeah, but I love the book of Enoch is really good. Well, I feel like it's a book of Leviticus, but I think that's not it. It's not that, because that's actually in the Bible. Um, it's another storyline, another book that is missing in the Bible. There's a lot of them. Okay, but yeah, so going back
to let's going back to Jesus. I was talking to my because like I said, I grew up in a very strong religious base. Um, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I feel like it. I wish it didn't. Why did you take it out? That's my question. Why did you take it out? I feel like they really wanted us to be in this trap mentality as far as in that spiritual warfare, as far as in battling good and evil, because certain things in that the book of Enoch could have helped a lot of people, because they say lean on the Bible. So why are you taking out certain things that could help us? For example, Adam and Eve, they battled after they ate the fruit. They battled with the good angel and the bad angel. That's what we deal with now. I mean, we don't. Most of us, we're probably growing out of it now, where we know what's wrong and what's right. We're learning what's love and what's lust and stuff. But it took a minute for us to feel that way. It did. Also, I feel like on a Christianity base, they take it. I feel like they kind of take the power away from us personally too. Right, right. Because I promise you, if that was that was there, a lot of things would be different. I think we would have been raised differently, as far as in our thought process, because our parents and stuff, our parents, our grandparents, not like what? Because I sometimes I can go on and on. What did I say that was interesting? Cause especially when we're trying to help the past generation to catch up with the spiritual level now, it's really difficult. Yeah, but it's also letting us see things on a realistic, what we're dealing with personally in our personal life too. Cause I don't know. I've been watching the little Bible stories on YouTube and listening to, the Bible stories that we listened to as kids. When we were kids, it's different. Now that we're having, as far as in what, like the book of Enoch or the Bible stories, not about us. Me personally, I feel like it's a book of morals. Oh my goodness, if my grandma heard this, she would throw a pillow at my head, because I tell her this and she gets so upset. But I personally feel like it's a book of morals. The moral of the story is, yeah, that's how I personally feel. You can now lean on the Bible if you need to, but I also do feel as though it's a book of morals. If you're going, that's why they now showing all these Bible texts, and they'll say if you're feeling sad, go to da 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 this scripture and stuff. So it's just more like keeping you keeping faith up, but at the same time you still got to tap into yourself. And I believe that is where the other religions branches out of that. The other religions branches out of, yes, um you can go through these certain scriptures and stuff like that. Yes, they will uplift you, but here these are other things. Because if we want to be very serious, Christianity has us read the Bible, sit at church, pray about it, and still sit at church and then put our prayer in the box, and then hope and pray that maybe someone that's in the prayer committee can have a stronger prayer, have a stronger voice, and get our prayer through. That's the way, at least that's how it was based on my end. But when I did tap into a little bit more of other religions, it brought me into tapping into myself, loving myself, knowing that it is, even I have a higher power in myself, and not staying in a low vibration. Because you got some people that still think where they at is okay. Right. And I really, like I said, I grew up right now as we speak. You know, I have some family, some of my family members that will still come, but they will stop at the room that has all my cards, and that's okay. I respect that. You know, if that's what you're drawn to. But me personally, when I moved into like, going into a spiritual level or moving into learning a little bit more about myself, I realized that there was nothing wrong with it. I felt good about myself, and some people are just scared. Some people are scared to change. Some people are scared to even recognize what they look like in the mirror or who they see. Those are the ones who can't be by themselves too. They always gotta have somebody with them, and if they don't have nobody with them, they in the bed sleep. And when they wake up, they hitting, calling, texting, trying to figure out somebody that is gonna share their time with them. I'm listening. I'm listening. What's your question? Hmm? Mm. Well, I hope you subscribe if you're having a great time with me. I'm chill. I'm a chill individual. I vibe with everything. I actually was trying to study for psychology until I had a friend. Um, well, I had a family member that had it, and she was like, "You gotta do this and that and this." I'm like, "Oh, never mind." Yay! Yay! I think I like going. Sometimes I like being, face to face. Usually you'll see in the cards. So just to keep your heads up. So on my shorts, I try to do the cards so it don't be like boom in your face. Because sometimes I don't like watching people like boom in my face when I'm just scrolling and stuff. Yes, I did. Most definitely did. Yes. My source was Ellen G. White. That's why it's so interesting how like for example, Seventh-day Adventists, they're Christians, right? So, like my grandma would ask me, okay, yeah, yeah. So my grandma would ask me, "You love Jesus?" Grandma, are you serious? Like, you believe in Christ? Yeah, like what in the world? It'd be questions like that. And it's like, where did that come from? Why do you feel as though that should be your number one question? Is, do you love Jesus? Do you think Jesus is your Lord and Savior? And that like answers everybody's question. I can't stand it. Like, how about you get to know me first? Get to know, because some people do religious change because of what they went through. Like their path is different. My path is totally different from my grandmother's. So she's still thugging it. She's thugging it out. She's still in there. What's the more important question? As far as in what? Mommy, can you play outside? That's fine. You said that's fine. I love the questions though. I love it. When I tell you, I love when people this is what's gonna get me reopen. My mom, she be so scared because she be saying, "You going in a rabbit hole, you're going in a rabbit hole," because she'll ask me certain questions, or certain things that she had learned. And I just love to get in tune and start feeling, as far as in religious base. I mean, Jesus was here to let us know that we can tap into our source. I'm gonna be honest. Like Jesus came here and let us know that yes, guess what? You can meditate, and you can be in tune with your higher self and God. And now, even though there's like, oh well, that was his daddy, yeah, I get that, but I feel like God, Jesus Christ came down here to, like it said in the Bible, give us an example of what we can and cannot do, and also let us know that we can walk this world and do, because it's like, if I can do it, you can do it too. But I really feel like we need to step away from that. Now, let me go. I personally feel like we need to step away from having the energy of asking who we pray to, because you will really feed someone's energy, or you can feel someone's energy if it's bad or good just on their presence. Of course. But also Jesus was here to let us know that, we can tap into ourselves. I mean, Jesus is not here present now. We can't just, we don't get that luxury like the rest of them in the biblical days, where we can just walk up to Jesus and say, hey, I have this going on, or can you just talk to me? And so we don't get that luxury. So I personally feel as though it has to start with us. It starts with our inner self. And once we learn how to pay attention to what we are taking into our body, pay attention to what we're saying out of our body, meaning our words and stuff, then it gets us closer. Well, God was the main source before. I mean, they said Jesus is God's son. So, I mean, personally, was lying about, no, he wasn't, because technically when he spoke of that, he was present. So yeah, if I did come and talk, if I did come and talk to you, if I did come and talk to Christ, I was talking to God. If I was talking to Jesus, I was talking to God, because he's the closest source that we could ever have. Other than that, everything else was a sin. I be making jokes about that, as far as to my mother, about Genesis. I said, basically, they should have just once Adam and Eve left the left the thing, you should have just said everything else is a sin, and then be continued. But I personally, people, like, I grew up saying, like, when I was battling with nightmares as a kid, my grandmother said, just keep saying Jesus, 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 Jesus. It's so funny when I say it now, because as a kid, I can remember myself doing that repeatedly and stuff. I don't believe that you're being judgmental, because honestly, everybody can put their point across. It's just a matter of how you say it. Like, you're asking questions, you're getting answers, you're making your call on things and stuff like that. I don't believe that. Yeah, why would I'm not looking at you in a negative way. I promise you, I'm not feeling that as well. It's when people start being a little too disrespectful, but it's nothing disrespectful about you. We're getting to know each other. It's a tribe. We're holding hands with each other. You got to get to know me in order for you to get cool with me, right? So, I mean, that's just like walking in someone's home. You're not gonna sit down unless you feel comfortable sitting down. So that's how I feel. I don't feel as though you were being judgmental. I feel as though you don't know me. You're getting to know me. So yeah, and the fact that we're on a channel that is more, we're sharing each other's energy. So you have every respect and every right to see what's going on, or just like How are you feeling? How's your head? How's your thought process? I mean, in due time, you will see it. Because trust and believe, when I be going through my little subscribers, I don't unsubscribe them. No, I just know they're going through some things and stuff like that. Because I've been through there. I've been through past like that before. But do I still call on God? Of course I do. I pray to God. Of course, most definitely do. And that's not a dead thing. I still go to church with my grandmother and everything. Um, I just also have other avenues as far as in just not going to one main source that I grew up with. Mm-mm, not at all. I don't feel attacked. I don't feel attacked. Not at all. Like I said, that's no different than you walking in, you walking in the house. You got to scope out the house before you sit there. You sit down. Let me tell you, I don't sit down in nobody's house that's dirty. Okay, so I'll kind of sit down, but I don't sit down. Like, I won't sit back in your seat, but I will sit down, in respect. Someone say, have a seat, sit down. I don't want you to have that energy. Like, automatically like it because you see, no, I don't want that. I want you to feel comfortable with me because I want you to feel comfortable. I did a little research on Ellen G. White, and I had to do a pushback. But I most definitely grew up with her. I most definitely grew up with that. The lady that needed a wax. That's what we because I was young. So we used to say the lady with the because she had I forgot, her eyebrows connected. Yes. Oh my goodness. Like rules. We had strict rules. Now they're a little bit lenient, and it's kind of interesting. Okay, it's very interesting because now they're lenient, but it's like you weren't lenient when I was a child, but it was more like you couldn't wear pants. Now I do see. There you go, unibrow. Yes, that's what it was. But yeah, every picture. I guess that was like that thing was always connecting. We used to always make jokes about it, like. But oh yeah, and then wearing your skirts. If you wear a skirt, you wear the skirt all the way down. It was a handsome, right? What a handsome young woman. Okay, because most definitely had his daddy's features. She most definitely had her daddy features. She had her daddy features. Okay, them jeans was strong. I don't think nothing made her offend us besides that the skirt that she had to wear, because skirt had to be to your ankle. No, it was no such thing as to your finger, to your ankle. And then not only to your ankle, your tights had to be all the way up to your kneecap. You might as well put us in the Muslim Islamic. You might as well put us there. We was halfway there. We ain't there all the way. We could still, but Oh, and then Friday, shut down. Friday, you had to make. It's probably a little easier now because you got the Google and Alexa, and they can tell us what time is sunset. But growing up, when you seen that sun sign, everything shut down. TV, nothing, no music. We did devotion on Friday night. We will do devotion. So that's when, everybody came with their Bibles and sat in the living room. And then I have my grandmother, like I have my family, we'll all come into one house. We'll decide which house we're going to, and we'll all come, and we had worship on Friday with the family. And then Saturday, we'll still have worship with the family because the same people I seen Friday night, I seen them Saturday morning at church. So, yes, that's the life, most definitely. I promise you, I cannot say I didn't like it. I love it because I really seeing it now when growing up, of course, little hothead Deasia over here, Yes, Saturday, early in the morning, early Sabbath, what was it? Yeah, happy Sabbath, and it wasn't Sunday church, it was Sabbath school. And we made sure we read that scripture. I can't. Yes, we read that scripture daily on the seventh day, faithfully every Saturday. Kept that commandment. That was like basically this the reason why we're here. Yep, keeping that Sabbath day holy. It's interesting how things are dying down. Honestly, I believe that the church is not there where it used to be because it was a lot of young people that got ran out. You know, because it wasn't a lot of people that adults. Adults did a lot of judgments and didn't do a lot of sitting down trying to understand um, children because sometimes it was just based on whatever they were going through. I'm about to wrap this up because I see what time in my life. But I thank you so much. He lifts me up. I got a little loose. I got, and you're right. I'm a little shy. I am. I'll be trying to get it. I'll be trying. Thank you. Thank you. But until next time, because I got to get ready and start cooking. Bye. It's not letting me exit out. I guess it wants me to stay here with you. Yes, we will. It wants me to stay here with you. There we go. Now it's all right. See you later. Talk to you later.